welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. Been a bit of a quiet one over Christmas and whatnot, with the weather and family commitments and whatnot. So yeah, it's good to be back, doing what we do best. Got a lot of stuff planned. But yeah, first up, something really relevant for this time of year with the weather and the salt and stuff on the roads. And it's going to be a product that I've had sent over this week to review from Dodo Juice, and it's the Crudzilla. So this is the citrus traffic film remover, and it says it's an intensive citrus based TFR for lifting dirt before the wash stage. So just from reading as much information as I can about the product prior to this, this is a ready to use product. It does say on the bottle it's max strength and it will do approximately 10 to 20 cars. So it's around £11 for a litre, 10 to 20 cars. I'd say that's pretty good value for money for a ready to use product. But I've also heard that we can dilute this. So we're going to test it as it is in its full strength. We're going to test it as diluted 1:1, and I think we might dilute it down to 3 parts water and 1 part product as well. So the website says it's a caustic cleaner, which means it won't be so delicate on chrome trims, plastic components and things like that. So it really seems to me like this is a pre-wash product that you maybe want to use, you know, once or twice a year, where you've not washed the car for a long time and the winter grime's really got hold of the paint. So this is the time to be using this product. In the summer you wouldn't need to use anything as strong as this. So yeah, it's £11 for a litre, it's £38 for 5 litres. It is high alkaline, it's caustic, so we don't want to use it too often, like I've said. Versatility, not too sure. We're going to try it in them dilutions like I've mentioned. We're going to try it on the wheels. We're going to try it just as a pre-wash. We're going to try it in with a little bit of snow foam. So we'll test the snow foam we're going to use first, and then we'll put a bit of this in and see whether that makes any difference. So yeah, it should give us a little bit more bite. What I will do, I'll show you the subject. So it's the Mrs. Tigwam. It was last washed on Boxing Day, and one side of the vehicle and the bonnet and the back side had some protection products on, and the driver's side had nothing put on it at all. So we'll try it on both sides and see if it has any effect on the LSP, which if you do use this long term, it will cause effect on LSP. Yeah, so let's just give it a go. We'll run through some different ways we're going to use it, and I'll chat to you as we're going. Okay, so this is the rear of the car. As you can see, there's a fair bit of grime built up on there, even just in that short period of time. Absolutely filthy. So yeah, that's the back side of the car. So this is the near side of the vehicle, and as you can see, yeah, again, there's a lot of traffic film built up on here. And I would say that the off side of the vehicle is a lot dirtier than the near side, so I guess that goes to show that actually applying protection products does help to keep the car a little bit cleaner. So yeah, you can see it's absolutely filthy. There's a wheel. All the wheels are pretty much similar. Just a lot of dust and grime on them. So we'll try and tackle a wheel with it as well and see what we come up with. Okay, so one of the age-old questions is, does pre-rinsing benefit the pre-wash product? Personally, I believe it does, because what we're able to do is just lift the bits of loose contamination off the panel and allow the chemical to actually penetrate into the contamination that's bonded onto the paint. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, it's filthy boot lid. I'm going to rinse this side first with the pressure washer, and then I'm going to apply the ready to use Crudzilla to the whole section, and we'll give it time to dwell. We'll rinse it off, we'll dry it with a blower, and we'll see what it looks like. Give it a shake. So I'm going to leave that to dwell for as long as possible. It says on the bottle between 2 and 5 minutes, but obviously that is all dependent on the panel temperature and obviously the ambient temperature as well. Today we're only dealing with about 3 degrees, so this product's going to struggle drying on here today. So I'm going to try and give it the full 5 minutes, but I will come back to you if it starts to dry on before then. But in the meantime, I'm going to do what all the Instagrammers seem to do these days. I'm going to crack myself an energy drink. That is horrible. Okay, so we've hit the 5 minute mark, and again, 3 degrees, no sign of drying out whatsoever. So we're going to leave it just for the 5 minutes. I'm not going to leave it any longer. And we're going to rinse it all off. We'll dry it, and we'll see how clean it comes up. Right, so that's dry. We're just going to take, I hate doing this, just going to take a swipe from both sides, see how clean it's come up. I'd say that's done a really, really good job. There's literally nothing coming off on that white towel. And again, nothing. So there we are. Using it neat, rinsing it or not rinsing it, it's done a great job either way. No pre-wash product is ever going to get your paint sparkling without an actual contact wash, but for me the pre-wash product is one of the most important. We need to, in that process, get as much dirt off as we can, so we're not going to damage the finish. I've just wiped that panel with a dry microfiber cloth. I wouldn't suggest you do that either. I'm only doing it for testing purposes. So yeah, next up we've got a pump sprayer, and I've got it diluted 1:1. So we're going to go on to the unprotected side first on the rear door, and we're going to try this after rinsing. That's what I would like, that's the way I like to do things. It's not really seemed to have made much difference on this rear section, but yeah, after rinsing, we'll apply this, we'll leave it for the same 5 minutes, and then we'll see whether at 1 to 1 we're going to get the same kind of results on an unprotected side. Okay, so it's pretty much dried now and it's looking super duper clean. So we've got fresh side of the towel, we'll just run it along, and there is very little, if any, dirt left over. It looks really clean. As I said earlier, it'll never be immaculately clean without contact washing it, but that's as damn near as you're going to get with a pre-wash product. So next up, we're going to add some into our snow foam, and we'll see whether it gives it any added bite. The snow foam we're going to use is just going to be a pH neutral snow foam. We'll put that on one side of the door, and we'll then add a little bit of the pre-wash into it and then do the same again. I think that's a highlight in how poor pH neutral snow foams can be as a pre-wash. I'm not going to swipe this side because it's still filthy, but what I will do is I'll just run my finger down here and you should be able to see a distinct line. Adding that little bit of product into the snow foam has not really made any difference, but I suppose when you're diluting it that far down into your lance and then further diluting it with the water coming through the pressure washer, it's never going to be as effective. So what I'll do is I'll just take it off. Okay, so this is the side that we use the 3-to-1 Crudzilla on. It's just a bit of water on there. You see how clean that is, and then come onto the snow foam side, and then onto the snow foam and Crudzilla side. It's not really made much difference, but look how different that is. You can see my reflection in it. That's pre-wash products, brilliant. So let's try it on the wheels as the last test, and then we'll wrap this up. So there you have it, guys. That was Crudzilla. How should we round this up? I think the pictures will do the talking on that one. Really immensely impressed with it. Negatives, the trigger. The triggers are not amazing, but it works fine. Branding on point. Love the little shiny Mr. Skittles on there. So yeah, I'm really impressed with it, and it's a product that I will keep using because, like I say, this time of year, a really strong, effective pre-wash is really what we need to be using. Yeah, it also may be detrimental to our LSPs, but I think LSPs at this time of year don't last long anyway, with traffic film and salt and whatnot attacking them. So yeah, definitely a product that I would highly recommend. So again, massive thanks to Dodo Juice and Darren the Hairy Housewife for sending this over to me. And also I do owe a massive thank you to Darren for, he designed my logo. I give him a little bit of a snippet of what I was looking for way back when, and yeah, he finalised it. So yeah, again, massive thank you for that. I do have a couple of other Dodo Juice products to try out going forward, and yeah, I'll be really looking forward to using them. So thanks for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic 2025, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, comment, you know, any criticism, throw it at me. I'm good. Anything positive to say, that'd be better. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.